Hi, everybody, and welcome to Conversations with Zingdad. It's been quite some time since we last met like this, so I think we're all quite interested to hear what's been happening in Zingdad land. So let's pass over to my friend Arn Allingham and find out what's top of mind for you. What's sitting in your heart? What would you like to share?
Wow. Yeah. Thank you so much, Lise. Um, Gosh, there's so much going on in the world right now. You know, the four horsemen of the apocalypse are riding. You know, really, we've got war, we've got pestilence, we've got famine, we've got death. So those of you who are apocalyptically minded, um, do you know that what this word, the apocalypse, that what it actually means is not the great war of the end of time. The apocalypse is actually the falling of the veils. It's the stripping away of the veils. And what those veils are, those are the veils of unknowing. There's many layers of veiling that keep us in the illusion. And the illusion, of course, is the illusion of this world. And as I said, there are many layers. And one of the illusions is that the psychopathic, parasitic, megalomaniac coward class, otherwise known as the dark elite, they hide themselves deeply behind many layers of veils. And they have layers of minions that they use to effect control of planet Earth. So they have an agenda that has been running for a very, very long time, for eons. And that agenda is essentially ever greater control. They want to be in a place of absolute totalitarian control of the whole world. They want to be able to control the world, and they want to be free to do so and not have, us, the great unwashed, challenging their utter control. So that's the dark agenda. Then there is what I suppose I could call the unbalanced light agenda. That's people who are fighting against the dark agenda. People who are seeing the evil going on in the world and fighting it. And what I am really observing, what's very present for me right now, because I like to look at the news, I like to look at alternative news, I like to get a sense of, what's going on. What is the drama of the world at the moment? It's kind of like putting a dipstick into the engine and seeing how dirty the oil is. It's like that. So I'm watching all of this, and here's what I'm seeing in the world. I'm seeing an awful amount of churn. Humanity's natural propensity towards tribalism is being used against humanity. We are being polarized into groups and then weaponized against each other. So, for example, if you're an American, right now, you are being very powerfully, for the last few years, you are being very powerfully polarized either left or right. You might your whole lifetime have considered yourself to be just kind of a centrist, kind of a moderate, kind of a, normal, reasonable sort of a person, not an extremist in any way. Well, you're out of luck right now, because if you just hold that normal position, the way the political landscape is changing, suddenly you are being considered to be an extremist. You're full of hate because you're not going along with some agenda. And there are so many agendas at the moment. I mean, there's polarization on racial grounds, and I'm talking specifically about America right now. There's either you're considering them to be undocumented new Americans, or you're considering them to be illegal aliens that are washing in over the southern border. There's the whole pandemic thing and how you feel about it, and masking, and then there's the whole vaccine thing, and then there's whether there should have been vaccine passports. There's this drama right now around transgenderism, where before this was a small percentage of the population, very tiny percentage of the population, having their personal human struggle with their sexuality. What am I? And I don't feel comfortable in my body, or I don't feel like I am this gender. This has always been around a small number of people. Now suddenly it's a huge political football used to polarize. And I name just a few. I mean, there's always been religion, and religion is being used. What I am observing by looking at the news, I am seeing a vicious churn to turn everybody into some kind of an extremist and to polarize, tribalize, and weaponize. So that's what I'm seeing going on in the world, and then I am seeing those who are desperately trying to dig and see what's going on behind the scenes. People who are speaking up loudly against, for example, what the World Economic Forum, which is clearly, dark elite agenda. That's clearly. They are tools of the World Economic Forum is tools of this dark agenda. So then there are people who are trying to fight that and trying to take it on and trying to have court cases and trying to. So that's the churn that I'm seeing in the world right now.
Ooh, I just feel exhausted hearing that. For me, I don't follow any of that. I actually choose not to because it doesn't feel like it's in my best interest to do so, Whenever I encounter a polarizing issue, and I'm told take a position this way or that way, all I see is an invitation deeper into the illusion. And so I choose to turn down that invitation, and I choose to rather turn around in the opposite direction and look deep within my own heart and my own soul and my own connection to my divine within, and look for what's really real. Because all of this stuff is actually stuff of the illusion. And all of these issues are an invitation to go deep into the illusion, whether it's left or right, vaccinated or unvaccinated, whatever the divisive issue is, it is all just an invitation to go deeper into the illusion. And so the choice is go deep into the illusion or turn around and face in the opposite direction.
Okay, touche, well said. What you're talking about is, I suppose, what I would call the third agenda. And that is the balanced light agenda, the divine light agenda, the unity conscious agenda. Because all of this polarity, being polarized into a group, into a tribe, fighting for your tribe, fighting against, fighting. It's exactly what you say. That just pulls you into the illusion. And right now, there's the layers of veil that are falling means that a new timeline is now already open. We are already on a new timeline, a timeline that's lifting us up into the light, lifting us up into oneness. And those of us that don't want to get engaged in this battle, those of us that are feeling called to turn inwards, are being invited to raise themselves up into the light, to stand in the light of their divine self and to shine their light. And I'm feeling that call very powerfully at the moment. I'm hearing it. I'm being divinely driven to engage in a process of helping humanity, helping anybody that's available and interested to raise the frequency of their consciousness, to open their hearts, to shine their divine light, and not to get engaged in the consciousness lowering effect of all of this churn, this tribalism, this fighting, this seeing others as the enemy. Not even the dark elite are our enemy. In the end, even the devil does God's work. In the end, everything that's happening kind of has to happen. And you can choose where you are in the game. And if you are choosing to step out of the illusion, well then, I would like to invite you on a journey with me. From now, going forward for the next in perpetuity, I suppose, I hope, I'm going to be offering a monthly full moon event. I want to, have as big a group as I can get, and we together are going to do amazing, beautiful things. We are going to open our hearts. We're going to raise the frequency of our consciousness. We're going to shine our lights. So in the days leading up, as the moon waxes too full, to have this full moon event, and those of you that know the Sanskrit word satsang, sitting in truth, is what we will be doing together. So I want to show those of you who don't know what it feels like to have your heart open. I want to show you how to open your heart. I want to talk about what it means to have a heart wide open. I want to talk about how to keep your heart open in the month until we meet again. I want to share practical principles that I know that will help you to become more and more and more divine connected. There's so much that I want to say about that, and I don't want to say all of it now. I just want to, first of all, invite you to our regular monthly Sitting in Truth, our monthly full moon event. That's the first thing. The second thing that I've been inspired to do, I have for 10 years now been offering deep spiritual healing, soul reintegration healing. And while I love it, I really do, and while I continue to want to offer this, I realize that there is something else that a lot of my clients, my healing clients, are asking for. They're saying, as starseeds, as light bringers, they're feeling very alone. They feel like they are, the only voice in the wilderness. Everybody they know is of like a different frequency of consciousness, their loved ones, their family, and they can't speak about the things of the heart. They can't speak about what's going on, what they really think, what they really feel, and they connect with me. They're paying a full price for a soul reintegration healing session, which is hard work for me, so I charge a commensurate fee for it. And they just want to talk. So I'm launching a new offering, which is just healing conversations. And I'm charging substantially less because it's far less, it's far less hard work for me. I enjoy doing it. And it really feels meaningful to just offer that, to be a place for these conversations that people want to have. Because there are so many out there like you and I, Elise, people who are connected with their hearts, who are wanting to shine their lights, who are here on this divine mission, but they're all alone. So to be there, to have conversations, if you really have blockage, if you really aren't able to shine your light because it's blocked, well, then let's do healing, but that's not what I'm talking about. I've always offered that. So the two things, a monthly large group, we get together and we raise frequency and light together, or as and when you need it, one-on-one conversations with me. I'm going to be offering these two things as a means to serve the divine light agenda. That's what I'm up to.
Well, that sounds absolutely wonderful. And thank you for that, because, I have been Arne's friend for 32 years. And so I have been the beneficiary of many of these healing conversations. And I can really attest to the fact that they've really helped me to find my own inner divine light, and helped me to really start to shine that light and to really express my most authentic self. So it really is a wonderful opportunity that you're offering to people, and I really would urge you to take advantage of that offer, because it's a pretty amazing offering, and thank you for that.
Thank you very much, Lisa. So yeah, I guess that's this month's conversation with Zingdad. I guess that's really all I have to share. I'm pretty excited about where we're going. I really do feel it. I feel the change in consciousness. It's somewhere between a gift and a curse, that I am empathically connected to the consciousness of this planet. I feel what's happening in the planet, in my own heart. And I can feel that the awakening is proceeding. The victory that Adamu spoke about so passionately, he declared victory. He said, we're winning, we've won. I can feel it personally, particularly now, as of the 1st of February, something big has changed. Big. I feel it. So we don't need to battle. We don't need to fight. We don't need to be at war, not with anybody, not with the dark. We really just need to be shining our lights. And the final thing I want to say is, friends, when your heart is open, when you are shining your light, if you can reside in that state, it absolutely changes your whole world. The world looks different to you. Everyone you encounter feels different to you. It changes how people respond to you. It changes the opportunities life presents to you. If your heart is open, you have a beautiful, joyful day. You are connected, you are free, I can't say enough good things about it. So please do come and join me for these for the monthly journey. Come and sign up for that, and have a conversation, a series of conversations with me if you feel need of that, and let's change the world together. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the conversation, Lisi.
Thank you, and bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.